What if the life you thought you'd left behind kept chasing you back in your dreams, paddle in hand and sweat in your eyes? Before audiences knew him as actor Ren Jialun, he was a boy called Ren Jialun, and the future he pictured for himself was not on a film set, but at a table tennis table. As a child, his world revolved around a small white ball and a table barely 5 square meters wide. His mother first sent him to the school's table tennis room simply because he ate too little and she hoped sports would improve his appetite. The family wasn't well off, and the young Ren quickly turned that casual decision into a goal. If he played well enough, maybe he could change his parents' hard-working life. While other kids were still figuring out what dreams meant, his only clear thought was simple and stubborn: study hard, play hard, and one day stand out. The training schedule that followed was brutal. His daily routine was made of sweat-soaked jerseys and endless drills, with meals stacked in between just to keep up with the energy he burned. He still jokes that he has never met anyone who could eat more than he did back then. Breakfast meant 2 big bowls of rice, followed by a hamburger after morning exercises. Lunch was a full foam box meal: fried rice, the largest bowl of wontons, 4 steamed buns, 2 more hamburgers. After class he needed extra carbs before another round of training. He would often practice until 10 or 11 at night, then grab a late snack like a giant bun before finally heading home. Despite eating like this, he didn't gain weight, proof of just how intense the training was. Coaches from other cities regularly came to Qingdao to scout young athletes, and he was always among the first to be picked. Over time he began to feel that recognition. He realized he learned a bit faster than others, and it gave him quiet confidence. Still, the price was high. When school ended and other children ran off to play, he turned and walked toward the training hall. By the time he got home and began doing homework, his classmates were already asleep. After 3 or 4 years, the repetitive grind started to feel dull. As a kid, he didn't understand why he had to warm up, stretch, and do physical conditioning instead of just practicing strokes. Only later did he realize those boring routines were what kept his body in peak condition and reduced the risk of injury. As his skills improved, competitions finally appeared on the horizon and broke the monotony. But the first official tournament he had longed for turned into a nightmare. At a national table tennis event held in Qingdao, he stepped onto the court and felt his legs shaking uncontrollably. His hands trembled, his mind went blank, and he suffered a complete defeat. No ranking, nothing to show but the memory of how scared he was. That experience gave him his first real lesson. Technique alone wasn't enough. An athlete's mental strength could decide everything. Later, medals started arriving more frequently. He remembers a doubles match where he kept winning round after round without even realizing how far he had advanced. Only when he met the 2 strongest teammates did they tell him, half laughing, that they were already playing for the championship. That day he took the doubles silver medal, and in the same year he also earned a team gold. In singles, he placed 4th, still the same 4 of us, he jokes. His athletic career ended abruptly in his 3rd year of middle school because of injury. Suddenly, the boy who spent almost all his time between school and the training hall was left with empty hours and no clear path. At first he felt lost and hollow, but once the decision to retire was made, he chose to accept it and move forward. He began filling in the gaps from his childhood, watching all the hit TV shows he had missed, catching up on viral videos, and downloading songs from every famous singer he could find. In that process, he slowly discovered a new love for art, for music, for performing. In high school he studied airline service and later interned at Qingdao Airport. As he approached his 3rd year working there, he made another bold choice: quit his stable job and start training in singing and dancing. He talked honestly with his parents, who, as always, supported him but set a deadline. At the time, the so-called Mayan prophecy about 2012 was popular online, so the family jokingly agreed that if he couldn't reach a certain level by December 21, 2012, he should come home. In the end, he didn't need to wait that long. By 2010 or 2011 he had already signed with an entertainment company. More than a decade later, the public knows him as Ren Jialun, a leading actor rather than a table tennis hopeful. Yet the athlete named Ren Jialun is still very much alive inside him. He maintains a regular exercise routine, often joins crossover sports events, and this year, backstage at the 2025 Weibo Competitive Night, he accepted the award for Annual Sports Crossover Influential Figure. He laughed that people have heard the story of Ren Jialun the actor many times. This time he wanted to talk about the boy who once lived for a ping-pong ball. Even now, he says, he dreams countless times that he is still competing. In those dreams he can sometimes fly, pulling off impossible shots and angles that real-life physics would never allow. When he wakes up, he even replays those imaginary rallies in his head, wondering why he couldn't hit the ball like that in reality. Recently, he has been filming a drama that includes scenes of him playing table tennis with a professional coach, and he admits it feels incredibly satisfying, like briefly stepping back onto the court of his youth. He has already promised old teammates that when schedules allow, they will meet up and truly train together again. Looking at his journey, it's clear that the discipline, resilience, and refusal to give up that defined his first dream laid the foundation for his second. Without those 10 years as an athlete, Ren Jialun believes he would never have achieved what audiences see on screen today, even if, sometimes, the boy with the paddle still lives strongest in his dreams. Thanks for watching Cbiz News. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for your daily fix of Chinese entertainment. See you in the next video.